Hey lovelies, you're welcome back to Reviews and Recaps. Let's get into today's video. Today we're going to be talking about Stormi, Letitia with a little sprinkle of Melody Cherie. If you're new to this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And everyone, please like, share, and leave a comment in the comment section below. Now let's talk about it. So, of course, we were at the reunion last season, right? And we saw how Letitia and Stormi went at each other. And we also noticed, like, all up in these Instagram streets, they were like throwing jabs, throwing shots. It was like, oh, back and forth, right? But it feels like they have now settled at what seems to be a girls' trip. I'm like, I'm all here for the girls' trip, honey. Like, go on your trip, do your thing, in my opinion. And I feel like it feels like Letitia and Stormi are all like buddy buddies, or at least have reconciled, because there was like there was a picture of her hands and Stormi's showcasing nails. I'm like, okay, if you guys have gone to the point of like showing your nails together, like you guys are definitely in the kiki moment. So let's talk a little bit more about the girls' trip. Now, this girls' trip is looking very interesting. I will tell you this. Like, so remember the producer that was married to Destiny's ex? Apparently, she was on the trip too. So I'm thinking, like, is she on the show for this season? So it's weird. I'm like, okay, so she's on a cast girls trip. Like, is she now a cast? Is Moses now going to be on the show? Like, that would be scandalous. Of course, Melody was on the trip as well. Now, I do know that some people have been like, oh, why is Melody hanging out with like the snakes and all of that? But the truth of the matter is, she got a job to do. And this is the thing, like, I don't know why people don't understand that. Like, yes, you can support her and want her to leave the show, but it's her decision ultimately. She can hang around whoever she has to or wants to hang around. If she's working and wants to get her check, then she's made that decision to continue to work and get the check. So, of course, she's going to show up to a cash trip. She ain't going to miss her money for that. She going to show up and show out, right? Like, she understands the assignment. She's a producer as well at the end of the day, right? And I'm sure she was paid a good coin to attend. So, of course, she's going to attend, right? And also, like, the thing about it is, like, if she wants to continue to remain on the show, she has to do her part as well. So, of course, she needs to make sure things run the way they should run, right? I do feel like, I'll be honest, a part of me is so curious as to what the new season is going to look like, because it almost seems like they're trying to paint a narrative of all the girlies getting along, hanging out together, you know, all that stuff, when in reality, Miss Melody was saying no gray areas, baby. And I feel like that no gray areas also includes the cast members as well. Like, it just feels weird that they're not included in that. The other thing I wanted to talk about is about the Stormi and Letitia, but then how Melody is involved, right? So I personally feel like it's okay for Stormi and Letitia to end their beef, right? Like, this is my perspective, right? But was there accountability? But if they're both happy with how things ended, then that's on them. That's their business. I don't care. But what I will say that makes me a bit like, is Stormi now cool with Melody? Because let's be honest, Melody didn't do nothing to you. Tisha, on the other hand, practically, in my opinion, and allegedly, stole information from your website. In my opinion, right? So let's be honest, like, that's serious. And when you confronted her about it, she wasn't really taking accountability for it, right? She also brought up the fact that you don't pay people. Has Melody ever done any of those things? And this is what I don't understand. And this is why I feel like the castmate always feel like millimeters or people are always supporting Melody. Is because the beefs do not make sense. The beefs are giving you're jealous, you are problematic, and you want to gang up on somebody. That's why it is not making sense to the audience. Like, for instance, you having beef with Letitia makes sense. It does, because she used stuff on the website, didn't really take accountability, tried to flip it, and then when you raise your concerns about it, she plays in your face. And then at the reunion, she was coming in hot, giving so-called talking about you don't pay people. Unless I misheard, and if I misheard, please you guys correct me in the chat. But it's just weird. Like, think about it. Those are like serious issues. So I can understand you wanting to get back with your friend, and I'm a peace-loving person, so I will always be in support of reconciliation. 100%. But my thing is, where is the reconciliation for Melody and Stormi? Where is that going to come from? Now, we know it's not meant to come from Melody, because Melody is not the one that started it. Melody did not do anything to start a beef. Because let's be clear, if she did, she would have said it. The same way she was vocal about what Tisha did, she would have been vocal about what Melody did. But what it sounds like is you have nothing to hold on to except the fact that, oh, she didn't talk to me after production wrapped or whatever. Or she didn't speak to me for a while. Okay, girl, the phone works both ways. Did you try calling her? Did she ignore you? Do you have her number? If you don't have her number, did you reach out to her on social media? Like, if you really want to talk to someone, you find a way to talk to them. Bear in mind that this is someone who has been very vocal about how she is after filming Wraps. Like, she is, and I can almost bet that she does not talk to all her friends on a regular basis. She talks to them of course, she would have her like core group that she talks to regularly, but her other friends, she may not talk to them constantly like that. And even in the words of Stormi, it's not like they're friends, right? So either way, your expectation is too high of someone who is not your friend. And if we now shift gears a little bit now to why, if there is no significant issue, why is there no reconciliation yet? But you're able to reconcile with Tisha, who has said and done more. So it's like, Melody has not said anything about you directly. She's not said anything. She's not thrown any shade, indirects, whatever. So I don't understand why that energy is not being poured into that. And it just feels like you can't have two queens. I want to be the queen and you're the queen, so I want to push you out of the way. That's what it's given to me, because, and I feel like they always say people support Melody, but the problem is, I feel like people that watch the show, we started watching the show because we love the show, right? And then start to connect with certain specific people on the show. But I feel like with the way people do Melody is one of the reasons why she continues to get fans. Because people are like, why are people dogging her, dealing with her like that in a way that is not fair? Yes, we know she's not perfect, but no one on the show is perfect, right? But they get grace. But where is the grace for her? And I feel like this is why the public will continue to support her. And this is why the other folks will continue to be upset. Now, that's all I want to talk to you guys about today. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about this whole Stormi and Letitia ending their beef, and also what I talked about in terms of Melody and whether or not Stormi and Melody need to reconcile. Also about the cash trip, are you looking forward to the new season? Let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, hit that subscribe button and that little bell button next to it so you know every single time that I post. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you in the next video. Bye.